From the tank on the campus of the College of Staten Island, CSI Sportsnet presents NCAA Division II women's basketball coverage live on the ECC network. Today's conference matchup features the College of Staten Island Dolphins taking on the Molloy University Lions. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Joe Foreman alongside my broadcast partner, Nick Durst. And Nick, the Dolphins come in on a losing streak, looking to get back into the win column in conference play, seeking a win against the Molloy team they've had a very tough time against.
Absolutely. So a big game today here. Molloy, Staten Island University here. Molloy is coming off a lot of losses as well. So they lost 4 straight. The last loss out was Wednesday night against University District of Columbia. They lost. So 2 teams here looking to get back in the win column this afternoon.
We haven't seen the Dolphins win since New Year's Eve. That was a good come-from-behind win against the Delphi University. Since then, 3 conference games. Damon, Deauville, Queens. The Dolphins dropping all 3 of those. What needs to change for the Dolphins to get back into the win column against a Molloy team that's had a lot of success against CSI?
I would say here that for the Dolphins, the key is going to certainly be the fact that in the last game, Joe, they were really bad from three-point range. 5 for 19. They live or die by the 3. 17 turnovers, not good. But what was really killed them in that game, Joe, they lost to Queens College, 66-55. They were only 8 of 17 on free throws. That is putrid, and that's the difference maker right there. That's the reason why they come into today 5-11, 1-5 in conference, losers of 3 straight.
Of course, the Dolphins are eyeing the first Division II postseason berth in the history of the program. They have a lot of work to do. As you said, 1-5 against the conference. Molloy, 2-4 against the conference. So they also have some work to do in order to move up the East Coast Conference standings. Last time out for CSI, as you mentioned, a 66-55 loss against Queens. The Lions also last played on Wednesday and suffered a 15-point defeat at the hands of UDC. You said it already, 4 consecutive defeats for the Lions, 3 consecutive defeats for the Dolphins, dating back to their first game of 2023. The Dolphins hoping to turn things around, and if they're going to do that, they are likely going to be led by their 2 leading scorers, Ashley Lambert and Jenelise Alarcon. They rely a lot on their scoring.
Absolutely. Last time out in that game versus Queens, they were the 2 leading scorers. Lambert with 14 points, but she was surprising 0 for 3 on 3-point attempts. Alarcon, business as usual, double-double, 12 points, 14 rebounds. For the season here, Alarcon averaging 11.4 points per game, 8.3 rebounds, and 2.8 assists. Lambert, 10.2 points per game. Other players to note, LaFaro, 7.5 points per game. Esposito, 7.4 points per game. Johnson, she has 7.1 points per game, but she's been dribbling and handling the ball a lot as of late. Her assist numbers are way up, 2.8 assists per game. So those are the core players that we'll be keeping an eye on here for the Dolphins if they want to win and come out victorious here against Molloy University.
Well, you mentioned that the Dolphins struggled from the line last time out. The Dolphins have simply struggled to score against this Lions team in the last couple of meetings. The Dolphins failed to score 40 points in both games against Molloy last year. That is certainly something that they will need to turn around. The Dolphins have a couple of players averaging in double figures. Molloy has just 1. That's Trinity Hudson, and as a team, they are shooting just 30% from the field, 19% from beyond the arc. The Dolphins, as we've said, need to be better from the line, need to protect the ball. Molloy simply has to shoot the ball better. They have really struggled shooting this year. The Dolphins have been a bit better from the field. That's one advantage that CSI carries into today's game.
Absolutely, and real quick on Molloy here as we're getting ready for starters. Last game, 44 team rebounds, very good on the glass, but they had 21 turnovers. Rosa Rizzatelli, 11.6 steals in that game. Trinity Hudson, as you mentioned before, 9 points, 14 rebounds. Gianni Domant, 9 points, 7 rebounds. This team is really, really good at rebounding. Hudson, 11.5 points per game on the season, 8.5 rebounds a game, and 1.7 steals, which is a big number. Domant, 8.3 points per game, 8.2 rebounds per game. And Samantha Muller, 7.7 points per game. So those are the players to keep an eye on here this afternoon for Molloy University.
That's a good way to wrap it up, Nick. This has been the McDonald's pregame show. We are just moments away from tip-off between the Dolphins and the Lions. We have the playing of the national anthem, the introduction of starters, and we will be back with the start of today's East Coast Conference matchup, Dolphins and Lions, after this break.
The Kettle Black on Staten Island, a top 5 wing joint in America by Food and Wine magazine. Serving daily lunch and dinner at the bar or on the floor. Perfect for family and group parties with top shelf drink and delicious food. great times with good friends. Live sports and watch parties. To Staten Island's hottest nightlife. The Kettle Black features live music and DJs weekly. The Kettle Black features daily and nightly food and drink specials. The best Staten Island has to offer is at the Kettle Black. We'll see you there at the Kettle Black, located on 415 Forest Avenue, Staten Island.
And we are back from the tank. Joe Foreman rejoining you alongside Nick Durst with the call of today's NCAA Division II women's basketball matchup in East Coast Conference play. The College of Staten Island Dolphins take on the Molloy University Lions. Nick, both teams in need of a win, and you have the starters for both teams ahead of tip-off.
Yes, I do. So first for Molloy University Lions, number 2, Janelle Moore. Number 13, Trinity Hudson. Number 15, Samantha Muller. Number 21, Rosa Rizzatelli. And number 23, Brianna James. Now, for the College of Staten Island Dolphins, number 2, Ashley Lambert. Number 3, Noemi Masinge. Number 4, Kaya Johnson. Number 13, Jenelise Alicon. And number 14, Lizzie LaFaro. And it's time for tip-off.
Also, making its return to the broadcast team today, our scorebot. It's back. We have it up and running. No more scoreboard operation for me as we nearly get our first touch of the afternoon off the opening tip.
That was coming for you, Joe.
I got a touch last time I was on the air without you. You had 2 games to yourself last time.
We're happy to have scorebot back, that's for sure.
I don't think anyone's happier about that than I am. Dolphins possess the ball first. Jump shot by Noemi Masinge, no good. It rolls off. And we will stay right here as that ball was contacted out of bounds by Hudson.
That's a good look there by Masinge. She was held scoreless last game. Dolphins should be a little more aggressive like that when they're open. And Masinge took the shot. Unfortunately, it didn't go in, but they keep possession.
Feed inside to Masinge. Kick out to LaFaro. Splash.
Lizzie LaFaro with the big 3 to get things started. Getting the party started early here.
Dolphins wasting no time, connecting on their first 3 ball. They lead it 3-0. Right wing. That's Rizzatelli into the corner for Hudson. Jump shot, high arcing shot. No good by Samantha Muller. Fight for the rebound. It goes to Hudson in the corner. She saves it. Feed inside was tipped. And we'll stay right here as the Dolphins were last to touch it. 17 on the shot clock for the Lions. Just inside of 9 minutes to play in the first half. Inbound goes to Brianna James. She sends it up top. 3-pointer is short by Rizzatelli, and another offensive board goes to the Lions. They get a fresh 20. Muller into the corner for Hudson. She uses the Muller screen, attacks the rim, scoop layup, no good. She grabs her own miss and draws a foul.
Well, initially there, good defense by LaFaro. See if she gets a block on that, but then the rebound on that went to Trinity Hudson, and then Jenelise Alicon fouls her as she goes up for the shot.
Trinity Hudson to the line for 2, and she misses the first. Second free throw is good. Dolphins lead at 3-1.
Very rare that you see a team start off with a single digit, but that's what happens when your first point is on a free throw.
Alarcon over to Johnson. Johnson uses the Masinge screen. And I think she traveled. Sure did.
Dolphins here, though, going to go with the trap from the jump.
We've seen the Dolphins resort to this kind of defense typically when they're down in the second halves of games. And it's yielded good results. They open with this pressure defense and a bit of a trap as the Lions once again grab an offensive rebound, and that shot is banked in by James.
Nice job there by James to get that open look and banks it in.
Lions all over the offensive glass early in this game. Already 4 offensive rebounds. Corner 3, splash, and LaFaro is 2 of 2 from downtown.
Lizzie's starting off hot here. If you look, Joe, at the sideline, though, as the Dolphins steal it.
And a blocking foul is the call, so the Dolphins' pressure continuing to yield results. Good ball movement as well, and a couple of early threes for LaFaro.
I was going to say that the Dolphins are checking in 5 new players. Rose, Phelan, Moore, Jenkins, and Esposito all coming in now. Dolphins going to utilize their full bench of 10 today.
5 on the floor, huddled around head coach Nicole Sarcone. 5 new Dolphins on the floor. Esposito, Jenkins, Rose, Moore, Phelan. And Moore can't get the hook shot to go. Offensive rebound to Phelan, and her second try is no good.
For LaFaro, the Dolphins can't ask for much more than a 2-for-2 start with 2 3-pointers.
And we'll stay at this end of the floor. It remains Lions ball. Inbound goes up top to Muller on the left wing. She swings it over to Rizzatelli. Janelle Moore has it, surveying the floor. 12 on the shot clock. Rizzatelli into the corner for Hudson. Defended by Moore. 5 on the shot clock. Hudson looked up to check it. She kicks into the corner. 3-pointer is up and no good by Moore. And another offensive rebound for the Lions goes to Hudson.
Hudson comes in, averaging 8.5 rebounds a game.
That attempt no good by Rizzatelli, and it was knocked out of bounds by the Dolphins. So credit a team offensive rebound to the Lions, who have been a force on the offensive glass.
Another rebound there by Hudson.
Hudson thought about the 3, instead drives, can't get the shot to go, and Rose has the rebound. Feed in transition for Moore. She couldn't handle it cleanly, but the no-look bounce pass finds Rose for the layup. Timeout, Lions.
Well, what should I say? What a pass by Moore. She was just trying to keep her balance there. It's a little tightrope action along the baseline, and finds Rose, who lays it up and in.
The big question, Nick, was that intentional? We'll let our viewers be the judge on this replay. After we get a look at this, we'll head to a quick break. The Dolphins have an early 5-point lead. They lead Molloy 8-3, 6:32 remaining in the first quarter.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
And we are back from the tank where the Dolphins are off to a strong start. They lead Molloy 8-3 as we have about 6.5 minutes to play in the opening quarter. And Nick, what have you liked from the Dolphins that you've seen so far?
Well, I love their aggressiveness shooting right now, Joe. A lot of shots, and a lot of them are going in. And even the ones that aren't going in, they're really good looks. LaFaro 2 threes there early on to kind of set the pace of play, and now you got the second unit. It's very interesting to see a full unit subbed in, but Coach Sarcone knows what she's doing, of course, and looking to keep her players fresh here. And it's been a while since the Dolphins have had a 10-person bench, so utilizing it here.
We have not seen this substitution pattern from the Dolphins yet this year. As you said, a brand new unit entered the game just a couple of minutes in. But what really stood out to me, you mentioned the shot making of the Dolphins early. The ball movement of that starting unit was very strong in the first couple of minutes, and that unit making a lot of noise from the Dolphins bench right now. 12 on the shot clock. The Lions still out on the perimeter. Moore thought about a 3, passes up a good shot for a better shot, but there's a Telly air ball from the corner. Jenkins has it. Directing traffic, finds Esposito. This is Rose, top of the arc. Moore wants it on the inside. Entry pass finds her, but the layup is no good. James slows things down a bit. Hudson in the corner. There's a nice bounce pass from Rizzatelli, finding Muller on the cut for the easy two.
Rizzatelli with a great looking pass there, and Muller is able to handle it and lay it in easily.
Speaking of good ball movement there, some right there for the Lions. I mentioned their struggles from the field. If they can get more easy baskets like that, that will certainly help them. Esposito off back iron on the three. Rose pulls in the offensive board. Rose will look to attack, gets right to the rim, and finishes for two.
What a job there by Rose, getting the rebound beyond the arc, and dribbles it to the basket and lays it up and in.
Rose, one of the Dolphins who can get to the rim at will. The issue has been doing so under control, and she was very well under control right there. As that shot won't go for Hudson, she has another offensive board and will attempt another shot. That's a two-pointer, too strong, and a foul is called. That will go against Muller on the over-the-back.
Well, what we can always say about Brianna Moore is that she will impact the game defensively in the paint. Always going to make it difficult there for the competition to get an easy layup. And that's what we saw in her spurt there. Alarcon back in the game for her now.
Dolphins have it, leading by 5. Jenkins left open, head fake, pull-up jumper. And that's good.
Amaya Jenkins with a little movement there, finds herself open and knocks down the mid-range jumper.
We've seen Jenkins play well offensively in spurts. The minutes have been a bit inconsistent for her, but when she's been out there, she's brought a lot of effort and shown the ability to score. There's a tough pull-up jumper, no good by James, and Hudson grabs another offensive rebound.
She is piling up the rebound numbers right now. That's for sure.
Hudson already with 7 rebounds in the game. Muller attacks, can't get the left-handed hook to go. The ball is loose, and a foul is called. And that foul is going against Muller once again, so she picks up another foul.
Dolphins now checking in the rest of the first unit as LaFaro, Johnson, Lambert, and Musinge check back in to join Alarcon, who's already on the court.
That's 2 fouls on Muller. And she's relegated to the bench. And as you said, Nick, the rest of the Dolphins starting unit back onto the floor. Alarcon replaced Moore. The other 4 Dolphin starters now in the game. Lambert over to Musinge. Musinge crosses over, attacks. Now, one official called foul. I believe the other may have called travel.
Well,
is the shot good?
Well, let's get the replay. They're going to call travel.
That's what I thought. So take those 2 points off the board. We'll get a second look at it. The official under the basket called foul. The official position near the scorer's table called travel. So those 2 points should be off the board, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe you are right. It was 10-5.
The live stats also have 12-5 as we have a turnover, so
I'm sure you'll get that sorted out in the next break.
We certainly will, as Lambert can't connect on the 3. Moving forward is Rizzatelli across the half-court line. She also came up with the rebound. This is Hudson on the right wing, crossing over, looking for somewhere to go with it. Moore will try a 3. No good. That shot way off and rebounded by Johnson. 2:40 to play in the opening quarter. Lambert, risky pass inside. That's stolen. That's a bad turnover. And there's a nice-looking bounce pass, but Hudson couldn't handle it cleanly, and she was able to find Casey Campo on the cut. And we're going to have to get some clarification on that basket. I'm surprised that no one's making a fuss if that basket didn't count.
Well, you would think with, the staff we got over there, Stephanie is usually on top of it. You can't get anything past Louis Matrone, so we'll have to investigate.
I don't like investigating during games, as that free throw is good.
Well, we had the 2 threes by LaFaro.
Well, we know for sure that if that was a travel, it's 10-6.
Right. Jenkins scored. Rose scored. That's 10, and that's it.
We'll get it sorted out. As I mentioned, right after tip-off, Scorebot is providing
You know what, Joe?
our score.
I think it is 12. Rose has 4 points. LaFaro's got 6, and Jenkins got 2.
Is it possible the scoreboard put the points up that delayed? As Alarcon has it poked away. Moore finds an open shooter, and Rizzatelli traveled. We can check the play-by-play right now.
Yeah, LaFaro 2 threes. Rose, the pass from Moore. Rose, the drive to the basket, and Jenkins.
You're right, Nick. Stand corrected. They were so quick putting those 2 points on the board that I didn't see them come off. They're just that good.
No nonsense needed over there. No mistakes by him.
LaFaro can't get the floater to go, and Hudson has another rebound. Hudson has 8 first-quarter rebounds now, as that bank shot won't go.
On pace for 32 rebounds tonight for Hudson.
She's 0 of 7 from the field now. Has done all of her damage on the glass. Lambert, pull up. That's good.
Ashley Lambert, head fake for the 3, takes it to the basket, and knocks down the mid-range shot.
Dolphins now lead by 8. And they force yet another turnover. Campo ended up down on the floor. Dolphins have numbers. Johnson pulls up. Does not get the bounce. It's tipped out and taken in by Moore.
Dolphins looking to quickly take a shot there when they have the advantage.
Lions work it around the outside. Hudson working against Johnson. She has the size advantage, but gets stripped. And we will stay right here.
Rose will check in for Alarcon.
Rose has had a nice opening quarter, 4 points, a couple of rebounds, and an assist. Feed inside, Moore has it along the baseline. Once again, a cutting teammate. This time it's Sophia Yearwood with the easy 2, and those have been the only easy baskets the Lions have been able to come by.
Yeah, when they get down low and they're able to make those passes, they're able to score with ease.
We've seen that twice where a Lions player held the ball on the baseline and a player cut down the middle of the lane. Dolphins had the last shot. Johnson shot early, and Rose couldn't get the putback to go. And with 7 seconds left, the Lions will have another opportunity to score.
Well, they got the last shot here of the quarter.
This is Moore. She tries a 3. It won't go. Offensive rebound, Hudson, and she throws up an air ball. We'll see if the statistician credits a shot there.
9 rebounds in the first quarter, though. That is impressive, despite the fact that she did not score.
Dolphins lead it by 6 after 1. Our score, Staten Island 14 and Molloy 8. This is East Coast Conference women's basketball coverage on CSI Sportsnet, a proud part of the ECC network.
Wayne State Medical School has been my dream medical school since I was 5. Athletics are important, but so is service, so is research, so is becoming a better person. And we expect you to do well athletically, but don't forget the reason you're here, which is to give back to your community and to get good grades. It was my sophomore indoor season. It was the first year with our new head coach. And he comes in and he's like, we could be a national contending team if you guys work hard. And I heard him and I was like, well, I want to be a national champion. I want to be an All-American. And I bought in because he bought into our team. And I qualified to go to indoor nationals. I decided I wanted it, so I went and grabbed it.
And we are back from the tank. The Dolphins lead it by 6 after 1. It was a strong start for CSI. Neither team shot it too well in the first quarter. The Dolphins just 6 of 16, sub 40%. But Nick, the Lions in the opening quarter shot 3 of 22, 0 of 5 from beyond the arc.
Yeah, a lot of shot attempts there, but they just cannot fall. I mean, they're killing the Dolphins on the glass, but hasn't really converted into many second chance points.
So, no nonsense Nino has not changed the quarter, which means that our scoreboard is reflecting the incorrect quarter.
So, scorebot is showing the first quarter.
It is the second quarter. I'll take care of that next time out. As the left-handed hook, no good. Another offensive rebound, and Campo couldn't get the second attempt to go either. She knocks it out of bounds, and it will be Dolphins basketball.
Johnson now will dribble it up. Gives it to Alarcon. Back to Johnson now. Johnson calling out a play. Gives it to Phelan in the corner.
Tried to send a message across the way to let them know to change the quarter on the scoreboard as Rose is whistled for a travel.
All right, so Esposito's going to check in now for Lambert. So the first, second unit now, it's all totally mixed at this point. And as you can see on your screen, it is the second quarter.
It is indeed quarter number 2 from the tank. Dolphins still leading by 6. Hudson has it, top of the arc. She hasn't come out of the game yet. Dolphins have played a lot of games with a short rotation of 7 or 8 players. They have 10 today. The Lions have 8 players dressed. A lot of players from Molloy will be logging a lot of minutes in today's game. 3-point try by Yearwood off the front rim, no good. Alarcon with the rebound. Esposito drives baseline, finds a cutting Alarcon. Her layup no good. And Rose makes the save. Phelan will try a 3. It rattles out, and Hudson has another rebound.
That's 10 for her.
And Hudson draws the foul in transition on Rose. First team foul of the quarter for either side. Lions will inbound. 25 on the shot clock. Gable has it. She swings it over to Campo, who looks to drive. And she certainly traveled. That shot does not count. Turnovers beginning to pile up now for both sides. 5 for the Dolphins and 4 for the Lions. Phelan surveys and finds Rose. Rose out to Johnson, sets a screen. Good defense here by the Lions, keeping the Dolphins on the perimeter. And Esposito draws the foul.
Well, looks like the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants is out this afternoon. Got a lot of travels here as of late. But no travel, I guess, as
that wasn't a travel, it was a foul.
Foul. So Dolphins will maintain possession.
.20 on the shot clock for the Dolphins following that foul call. Rose gets it to Esposito. Esposito wants to drive again. Yearwood all over her, and Esposito is forced to throw the ball off of Yearwood.
Esposito clearly frustrated that she got trapped there, but heads up play there. To kick it out of bounds off the defender, but only 7 seconds on the shot clock.
Johnson wants to drive, gets to the rim, and was fouled.
So with 1 second left on the clock, Johnson gets fouled, and she'll head to the free throw line for 2 shots.
Lions foul number 2, Janelle Moore, her second, team second.
Second team foul against the Lions will send Kaya Johnson to the line. First free throw no good. Still no points here in the second quarter. And Johnson goes 0 of 2 from the stripe. Teams a combined 0 of 5 from the field. The Dolphins 0 for 2 from the line on that trip. 3-point try by Gable is good. And the Lions have the first points of the second quarter.
Ready, Willing, and Gable. Gable knocks down the big 3 there. And This is a close game once again, one possession game.
Feed inside to Masinga. Kick out to an open Johnson. Splash.
Well, there she is, Kaya mid-range Johnson with her signature shot. Gets the 2 points there the hard way.
Dolphins score for the first time in the second to go back up by 5. Under 7 minutes to play in the first half. This is Campo driving. Finds an open Yearwood, and her shot is good.
Yearwood wide open there. Takes the shot and drains it.
Lions beginning to find their stride offensively the last 2 trips down the floor. Esposito wants a screen. Sends it over to Johnson. Rose in the corner. Will try the mid-range shot. No good. We don't often see Rose shoot from there.
She got a good look. Just didn't fall.
That's a good shot. They were giving her a lot of room. Yearwood off the head fake, short on the 3. Hudson got tripped up, or she would have had yet another rebound. Here comes Esposito back the other way now. Johnson for Phelan. Back up top to Johnson. 20 on the shot clock. Esposito uses the Masinga screen. Phelan in the corner. Thought about the 3. Now 10 on the shot clock. This is Johnson for Masinga for 3. Splash.
Who's that kid in the corner? Normally Masinga is with a big 3-pointer there. Rare to see her taking that shot, Joe, but with the shot clock running down, she had no choice.
Those are shots the Dolphins are looking for Masinga and Alarcon to take. Open looks in the corner as that pull-up is short. Campo could not connect from the mid-range. Here comes Johnson. Johnson for Phelan. Open 3. Too strong. And the rebound is snatched away by Rose. Rose looks to drive. Gets to the rim. No basket.
Well, we've seen Rose being super aggressive getting to the basket, and she's been able to do so with ease. Have a bunch of substitutions here as Phelan, Esposito, and Johnson head to the bench. LaFaro, Rose, Masinga, Jenkins, and Lambert, the 5 on the court right now.
Dolphins will have 20 to shoot off of this inbound. LaFaro to the basket, gets inside, can't finish.
Nice move to the basket there, but LaFaro unable to finish.
The Dolphins have been fairly aggressive in this game, attacking the rim. They've gotten inside, seemingly at will, haven't converted much. Hudson off the crossover, kicks it out. Gable is open, too strong off the back iron, rebounded by Rose, and she traveled.
I don't know if she had full possession there, but
I think she was certainly assisted in traveling as she pinballed between bodies. But with that, we will head to a media timeout with 4:37 on the clock in the second quarter. Dolphins lead it by 5, our score. Staten Island 18 and Molloy 13.
For me, just kind of was the glue that kept my family together, I feel like. I don't know what it was that drew me in, but after I started playing for a while and started seeing some early success as a little kid, to see how much it meant to my parents to see me play the game and try to make a difference was really what fueled me to keep playing and stay competitive. Being a triple major is not necessarily easy, but at the same time it is what you make it. Being a tighter-knit university, I have a lot of classes with the same professors, so they know me pretty well. I think it's that personal relationship that really helped me to thrive as a student. I was able to come here and get my triple major, as well as play a super high level of baseball against some of the best players in the country. There's a lot of options here in Division II with a lot of great ball players and a lot of great people, and they make sure that they give you every opportunity to succeed on and off the field.
And we are back from the tank. Joe Foreman rejoining you alongside Nick Durst, where the Dolphins have an 18-13 lead with under 5 minutes to play in the first half. Not great shooting for either team in this second quarter. Molloy with a 1-point advantage. They lead the quarter 5-4. The teams have combined 4 of 15 from the field. That's a bad pass. That was tipped and knocked out of bounds by the Dolphins. And I said it during the pregame. Dolphins haven't had much success against Molloy in their first 2 meetings. As Hudson's shot rattles out, tipped toward the rim, no good. And another offensive rebound by Molloy. That will set up an open 3 for Gable, and she knocks down another.
Ready, willing, and Gable. Gable once again with the big 3-pointer, this time left open in the corner.
Four minutes to play, first half. Rose from Masinge, open on the baseline, no good off the back rim, and rebounded by Gable. Gable 2 of 3 from the field, both of those 3-pointers, a couple of rebounds and an assist. 6 points in her 8 minutes on the floor. She's given Molloy a nice spark off the bench. Trinity Hudson still has not come out of the game. Also has not scored, but she has 10 rebounds. 3 to shoot. Rizzatelli got it off, and that's a shot clock violation as that did not hit the rim.
So 3:28 left here. Alarcon into the game for Rose. Dolphins only ahead by 2 right now, which is the their smallest lead since the early free throw to make it 3-1 when they were ahead early on over Molloy.
This is LaFaro with 20 on the shot clock. She finds Lambert. Lambert for Jenkins. Jenkins will attack. Tough shot, won't go. And that's a hard foul by Masinge.
Masinge going for the ball there, but makes a lot of contact with Molloy.
Only the second team foul against Staten Island. And Brianna Moore will check into the game. The rebounding battle favors Molloy 22-17. More than that entire margin on the offensive glass. 11 offensive rebounds to 5. The line still trailed by a pair. That shot for the lead is no good. And it will be Dolphins basketball.
Hudson now, I think she's got a double-double as far as missed shots and rebounds. But she can't find a basket right now, but she has been a force on the boards, impacting the game for sure.
Dolphins still lead by a pair. 2:40 to play in the first half. Brianna Moore inside for Jenelise Alarcon. Nice fake, but she traveled as she switched the pivot foot on the inside.
As usual, there, Alarcon, when she gets the ball, doubled, triple teamed, and there they forced her to travel.
It's a bit surprising how aggressive teams have been against Alarcon defensively, especially since she hasn't been taking as many shots. But
well, you could say she hasn't taken as many shots due to the aggressive defense.
You're right.
Last year, she kind of had her way with it because for a season, she got the ball usually. She's going one-on-one, and she usually outmatches the defender. Here, there's just no space as that free throw is missed.
Playing devil's advocate just a bit, there have been some shots throughout the course of the season that we thought she might take and has not.
Right.
But as you said during your post-game interview a couple of games back now, here at home anyway, 3 games back now here at home after the Adelphi win, her assist numbers are up.
Right. She's looking to pass more.
Dolphins' lead has been trimmed down to 1. LaFaro looks to take it inside, and her floater is short. LaFaro doesn't miss that shot often. Good hands to reel that pass in on the inside by Campo, who then finds an open Hudson for her first points. Molloy takes the lead. Timeout, Dolphins.
Hudson's first points of the day gives Molloy University their first points of the day.
We'll get a second look at that last basket for Molloy. The initial entry pass was reeled in. Not an easy pass to bring in on the inside. And then the setup on the basket. Here's a second look. And there you see Hudson on the give and go. Finally gets on the board with 2 points. Credit Campo with the assist. And that puts the Lions in front, if I'm not mistaken, for the first time in this game.
You are correct. LaFaro had the opening three.
Lions lead it 19-18, 1:58 on the clock in the first half. And after the first quarter, it looked like a foregone conclusion that the Dolphins would finally surpass the 40-point mark against Molloy. Now, we can't be too certain about that. Only 18 points with 2 minutes to go in the half. And Dolphins offense has gone ice cold after a good start. It wasn't a great start in the first quarter, but Dolphins moved the ball well, got to the rim, couldn't finish on several occasions. That's a deep two, and Jenkins knocks it down.
Maya Jenkins wide open there off the good pass and ball movement. And Dolphins back ahead, 2019.
There's a Telly bounce pass over to Gable. She has a couple of three-pointers. Hudson swings it into the corner. Rizzatelli loses her dribble. Was able to get rid of it for James. Tough pull-up over Alarcon is no good. And that is tipped out of bounds by Campo. It will be Dolphins ball.
1:16 left here. Dolphins with a chance now to make this a two-possession game once again.
Well, it looks like we've lost our camera feed, so I do apologize for that. We'll try and take care of that. That's an alternate camera right now, and that corrects the issue.
There we go.
Not sure what was going on there.
Good job by our engineer to figure that out.
You're welcome. As that shot is no good, and we have a foul in the pursuit for the rebound. It goes against the Dolphins. That's their third team foul.
Under a minute now left.
Hopefully that wasn't like that for too long.
I don't think it was. So Molloy here, they could obviously go 2 for 1.
Plenty of time to go 2 for 1 for the Lions. This is Campo. Kick out. Hudson open for 3. Too strong. And Alarcon pulls in the rebound. Barring an offensive rebound, the Lions will get the final shot of the half. Hudson got a good look there as well. Just couldn't get it to go. LaFaro floats one up and draws the foul.
LaFaro to the line now. And Dolphins not great from the free throw line today. Obviously struggled our last game, as mentioned in the pregame, only 8 for 17.
LaFaro's free throw is no good. Not many free throw attempts in this game, but the Dolphins 0 for 3 from the line now. And it's 0 for 4 for the Dolphins to start, as Molloy will have the final shot and a chance to take the lead into the locker room.
4 points could have made a big difference here going into half.
Molloy is shooting sub 20%, and they trail by just 1. Kick out for Hudson. 5 remaining on the clock. Looking to drive is Rizzatelli, and she throws a wild shot off the glass. Time runs out in the first half, and the Dolphins will take a 1-point lead into halftime. We will step aside for just a few moments, and we will be joined by a CSI Dolphins coach. We are not sure if that will be Nicole Sarcone or one of the assistants. Nick will be back with that conversation after a short break.
All right, welcome back to the tank here for the TLC Physical Therapy halftime interview with Coach Sarcone. Coach, right now going into the locker room, up 2019. Let's first start off by talking about how the game started early on. Team came out very aggressive. LaFaro 2 quick open threes, and then you switch up the unit there. So you do a full 5 subs. What was the thought process behind that?
Sure. No, I think we came out with really good energy today, and Liz hit 2 threes in a row, but it was because we're not boxing out. They got 5 offensive boards in a row. Every single possession down, they got an offensive possession, and we've been talking a lot about boarding, and that's just not acceptable. So I gave the other crew a chance, and we got a board. We got a board.
Hudson for Molloy already over 10 rebounds. So on the defensive end, though, team is doing a pretty solid job. Molloy shooting under 20% here. What do you like about the team's defensive effort so far?
Yeah, no, I think we're all on the same page. I think we're switching hard. I think we're switching early. I think we're communicating, and that's what we want to do. So definitely really happy with their defensive effort. We just got to finish each possession with a box out and a board, and offensively we got to finish. We got to put the ball in the basket.
All right, thanks, Coach. Best luck in the second half. All right, back to you, Joe.
Thank you, Nick. That is our TLC Physical Therapy halftime report with CSI women's basketball head coach Nicole Sarcone. Her team leads by 1 at halftime. Staten Island over Molloy, 2019 at the break. When we come back, the second half of this NCAA Division II women's basketball matchup.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
When your car is damaged, where you take it is your decision. But insurance companies would like you to think otherwise. While they may have a lot of pull, it may not always be in the best interest of your car. Your car will be fixed right and on time. What insurance company can argue with that?
Call Dependable Auto Body at 718-447-4898.
Hi, Meals on Wheels. I'm Marco. I'm a college student, and I volunteer as a driver for Meals on Wheels. I think it's awesome meeting these people. I mean, they're so interesting. They've had so many wonderful experiences in life. Your community helps to raise you up into the person that you become. Meals on Wheels is a great way to give back to that community.
Hobra, a taco joint, Staten Island, where we're proud to have shared our family-first spirit with people from throughout New York City and the world. With indoor dining available both at the bar and on the floor. Or step outside for additional seating and an outdoor bar. Serving beer that's crisp, ice cold, and worthy of a day at the beach. Cocktails that explode with flavor. And great food made with the freshest and healthiest ingredients available. Events feature food and drink specials. Live music. And the best of Staten Island nightlife. Your CSI Student ID saves you 10% on your dining order at Hobra. Visit us at 412 Forest Avenue, Staten Island.
Listen, you're my friend.
I noticed you haven't really been yourself recently.
Yeah, I feel like something's up.
How are you?
Are you okay?
Is there anything you want to talk about?
I just want to know how you're feeling.
And listen, even if you don't know what to say, I'm here to talk.
No matter what you're going through,
I just want you to know I'm here.
I've got your back. When you want to talk, I'm here.
The Kettle Black on Staten Island, a top 5 wing joint in America by Food and Wine magazine. Serving daily lunch and dinner at the bar or on the floor. Perfect for family and group parties with top shelf drink and delicious food. From great times with good friends. Live sports and watch parties. To Staten Island's hottest nightlife. The Kettle Black features live music and DJs weekly. The Kettle Black features daily and nightly food and drink specials. The best Staten Island has to offer is at the Kettle Black. We'll see you there at the Kettle Black, located on 415 Forest Avenue, Staten Island.
And we are back with a second edition of the TLC Physical Therapy Halftime Report. We have a special guest here on Alumni Day as we are joined by former women's making me laugh already. Former women's basketball star Samantha Flecker. Sam, welcome back to CSI Sportsnet.
Thank you for having me. But, Joe, you just wanted to give yourself another formal introduction. Is that why you said Foreman?
That's probably why, though. If you remember, a few years back, we had a similar interview on Alumni Day. You joined myself and another one of our colleagues, Mike Bebuski, and he thanked you as a name other than your own. So.
I feel like we had a lot of experiences throughout my entire career with that kind of a situation, but at the same time, it's always fun to be back on here. It's always an honor to be talking to you guys. But the fact that I'm here right now is nostalgic. It's been 5 years since I graduated. 5.
It's hard to believe it's been that long. It seems like just yesterday you and I were statting these games.
Oh, my God.
Those days are over for me. No more stats.
I wish I could say the same, but here I am being the SID at Felician now, and that's all I do is stats for every single game. But lacrosse, I don't know any stats for that sport, so we're going to...
Let's talk about Alumni Day and your stats. So you're a prolific scorer here. You walk in, you see your name on a 1,000-point scoreboard. How does that feel when you walk back in here and you see that?
Like I mentioned the word nostalgia, I just feel like there should be a better word to explain how I feel about that whole experience, because my fat head is still in the tank, the fitness training area. My name is on the wall. We have the 2017 championship banner, the 2017 trophy in the case. It's really crazy to think that season, my junior year, was 6-7 years ago. I graduated 5 years ago, and I'm sitting here, I'm like, it shouldn't have gone that fast. I miss it so much. And now that I'm watching this team, I don't know anybody on this team from who I graduated from, who I played with. Like, everything is totally different, but it's very nice to see that a bunch of fresh faces on the court representing CSI, and oh my goodness, I miss it so much.
So
I didn't think I was going to.
How does it feel to be back here for Alumni Day? Obviously a great turnout, and you had a great lunch. You were telling me about the awesome wraps, which are courtesy of one of our title sponsors, of course. So how does it feel to get the alumni back together here?
Oh, it's always good to see faces that you've played with and played against and so forth. So it's awesome to see everybody. It's awesome to be back here with everybody again.
And how does it feel to see Joe once again, your longtime colleague?
Oh, we texted a few times the last couple of weeks because when I saw his name that he was working here at CSI again, I got very excited because, it's old times.
Old times.
Literally, old times. Because I think
I needed you in the faculty staff game.
Hey, you could have gave me the invite. I was here for 6 years. I think I had priority.
I think we can get you in next year.
Okay, next year. I'll hold you to that.
Okay.
But, it's really funny how I started working here as a freshman when I started playing here and all that stuff. You started working here when I was a sophomore, and then
it's been too long.
Continually just kept working overtime, and
I still do.
You came back. You came back. Welcome back.
Do.
I was very close to coming back as well, so.
We have a great crew. I wouldn't be here without them. One of them, an engineer, Nick. You met Lewis and Andrew, but without them, I wouldn't be back. So I owe them a debt of gratitude.
Well, that's how it was like for me when I first worked here, because the crew that we had back then, Tom, Dave, Mike, me, you, everybody was just the crew. Like, we were
the crew.
Close.
We have a different name now. I'll share it off camera.
Oh, goodness gracious. I don't even want to know.
Well, on camera, how about the alumni game a few years back? You last played in that alumni game. Nick and I had the call. My voice went in that game completely.
It did.
That's a legendary call.
I remember that. Your voice was completely gone. I guess you just got way too excited that the alumni were back.
It was a bad day for me on the call. I have to say that's the first time that's ever happened. Thankfully, the first time. So your impressions of this team, first look you've gotten at them this year, what do you think?
Honestly, I'm happy to say that the CSI motto still stands by live by 3, die by 3. That still stays the same no matter what year it is. But it's, the first thing that I have to say, though, in the first half, or first quarter, I should say, that they need to crash the boards a lot more. Molloy had a few offensive rebounds of them back-to-back, one play, I should say. But
you wouldn't let that happen.
Oh, no.
You didn't want to say it, but I will.
See, I mean, as long as someone else would say it, that's all fine. But, that's the only thing I really noticed that I would say, they need to improve on going into the second half of play, especially with it being 2019 right now. But all in all, they're great shooters. They work well as a team, and you can tell that this team has a lot of support behind them, especially with Kelsey, Nicole, and Sam on the bench. And also a lot of teams don't like to run anymore. We used to run the ball.
Calling those games was quite the adventure.
Yeah.
Back and forth, breakneck pace.
Yeah, and it's funny because my coach, Tim Shanahan, would be like, every game that we're going to play is going to be a track meet. And I feel like every game that I've watched after I graduated, whether it be CSI, whether it be Affiliation, wherever it is, they don't like to run the ball that much anymore. It's more of a setup situation, which, hey, the game might have just changed as I got older, but if it works for them, go with it.
So one last question. How's life been since graduation? A lot has happened since you graduated CSI, trips around the East Coast and back again. How have things been going since you left CSI?
So for those who haven't been made aware, I moved down to Southern Virginia for about a year. I worked at Liberty University for a while. And then I decided to move back after I visited CSI back in March of last year.
That's what it took?
I had a long conversation with Tibbs, and Tibbs looked at me. He's like, okay, how can I help? How can I help you get back to the groove of things, moving back to New York? And I said, okay, great. And he was on the lookout for me. So was Kurt, for jobs and all that stuff. And eventually I found a job at Felician a few months later, and I'm back.
You can take the girl out of Staten Island, but you can't take the Staten Island out of the girl.
And that's a good way to wrap up our TLC Physical Therapy Halftime Report. Sam, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
We have about 40 seconds to go until the start of the second half. Dolphins lead the Lions 2019. Nick and I will step aside, take a short break. When we come back, third quarter from the tank.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
And we're back for the start of the second half between the Dolphins and the Lions. CSI with a 1-point lead at the beginning of the third quarter. Another low-scoring affair between these two teams. That has been the norm in the previous meetings between these two sides. This is Hudson, defended by Alarcon. She nearly lost the ball. Rizzatelli, 3 to shoot, ball in the corner, and I'm not sure Muller knew how much time was on the shot clock as the Dolphins, with some strong defense, force an early turnover.
Well, let's look at the first half stats here. We'll start with turnovers. Dolphins turned it over 7 times, Molloy 5. The rebounds is the big story. 25 rebounds for Molloy. Staten Island 19. And offensive rebounds for Molloy was 11.
That's Lambert for 3, too strong. Johnson fighting for the rebound against Moore. And possession will stay with the Dolphins.
For Molloy, Nora Gable leading the way with 6 points on 2 3-pointers. Sophia Yearwood, 4 points. Brianna James and Trinity Hudson, 3 points each. Samantha Muller, 2 points. And Trinity Hudson, of course, dominant with 11 rebounds in the first half.
This is LaFaro on the wing. She sent it into the corner. And that's an air ball by Masinghe. Johnson can't get the follow to go, and the rebound goes to the Lions. Pull-up jump shot by Rizzatelli is good, and the Lions are back in front by 1. All right, so we do have what's being called right now a disk issue with our Mac. And we have an error message that our broadcast might be in jeopardy. So I'm going to have to try and get that figured out. Let's see if we can empty that drive. Otherwise, we might not be here much longer.
Got to clear the trash bin.
Let's see what we have here.
We got an injury here. So maybe a time for us to step aside as the trainer deals with the injury here. Looks like number 21, Rosa Rizzatelli, is injured.
We're going to send it to a quick break. I'm going to try and take care of our tech issue, and when we come back, the Dolphins have a 1-point lead over Molloy with 8:21 to play in the third quarter.
Car is damaged. Where you take it is your decision. But insurance companies would like you to think otherwise. While they may have a lot of pull, it may not always be in the best interest of your car. Your car will be fixed right and on time. What insurance company can argue with that?
Call Dependable Auto Body at 718-447-4890.
And we are back from the tank as that ball is stripped away by LaFaro. And LaFaro can't get the shot to go.
Lizzie going back to the free throw line. And at the end of the first half, she missed her 2 free throws. We'll see if she can make these. Dolphins 0 for 4 on free throws in the first half.
Okay, I think we've solved the problem for now. Band-Aid fix, as LaFaro's free throw is too strong and the Dolphins continue to struggle from the free throw line. LaFaro goes 1 of 2 from the stripe. That free throw, the first made free throw for the Dolphins in 5 tries.
Yeah, 8 of 17 their last game, and now 1 of 5 today.
Hudson throws it away. It will be Dolphins basketball, leading by 2. This is Johnson over to LaFaro. Masinghe gets a screen from LaFaro. Is left open and can't get the mid-range shot to go. Dolphins continuing to pressure here. Johnson pokes the ball away from behind and it's stolen. But LaFaro lost it. She's down to the floor. 4 on 3 the other way from Molloy. Hudson on the mid-range shot. Can't get it. As that was halfway down, and a foul is called against Molloy.
You see that rebound there by Johnson? Her left arm is being held. She grabs it in with the one-arm replay. Tremendous job there by Kaya Johnson.
Johnson has 4 rebounds now. Alarcon also has 4. Kyra Rose has 6. And we have a timeout with 7:12 to play in the third quarter. We'll be right back as the Dolphins lead Molloy 23-21. 7:12 to play in quarter number 3.
The Kettle Kettle Black on Staten Island, a top 5 wing joint in America by Food and Wine magazine. Serving daily lunch and dinner at the bar or on the floor. Perfect for family and group parties with top shelf drink and delicious food. From great times with good friends. Live sports and watch parties. To Staten Island's hottest nightlife. The Kettle Black features live music and DJs weekly. The Kettle Black features daily and nightly food and drink specials. The best Staten Island has to offer is at the Kettle Black. We'll see you there at the Kettle Black, located on 415 Forest Avenue, Staten Island.
And we are back from the tank as I continue to address those technical issues we were having. Hopefully that emptying of the trash bin solves the problem, as Masinge is creating a problem for the Lions with that 2 points.
Yeah, I was going to say our engineering team did a great job in the break, but the Dolphins did a great job engineering those points off the inbound.
That shot rattles in. For Samantha Muller, she gets the friendly roll to make it a 2-point game again.
Muller, one of the team's leading scorers, come into this game, averaging just under 8 points per game.
20 on the shot clock. This is LaFaro to the rim. Lefty layup is good.
Lefty Lizzie LaFaro there with the left-handed layup.
LaFaro showing off the dexterity there. Dolphins back in front by 4. Just over 6 minutes to play in the third quarter. Three-pointer by Gable is off, and a foul is called underneath. Will stay at this end of the floor.
Miss Singay can't believe it. She got called for a push, but she's maybe saying she fell on her own.
We're still getting these error messages, Nick. So we might still be in trouble.
Might be replay lists moving forward here. .558 off to the third.
Gable thought about another three. Hudson almost lost it on the entry pass, and she throws it away again.
Hudson with a very unique box score right now. 1 shot made and over 10 rebounds.
This is LaFaro on the wing. Johnson almost threw it away from Lambert. This is Alarcon up top to Johnson, and she traveled.
27-23 here, Joe, and it just seems like every time you think the Dolphins are going to break away, they can't. Anytime you think the Molloy is going to make a run, they're able to make their shots. We're having all sorts of issues with our camera right now, though.
Well, that's not a camera issue. That's just a monitor issue. I'm not concerned about the monitor.
So our camera's good. Another travel here as Molloy turns it over. Janelle Moore with the travel.
Turnovers continuing to pile up. This is LaFaro again. And she'll try one from the corner. It's no good. Unfortunately, I'm learning quite a bit about our setup right now, and I'll get to learn more during the break as we continue to have technical issues here, getting an error message that says our broadcast might be in jeopardy. So we'll take this media timeout to try and sort that out. 4:58 to play in the third quarter. Dolphins lead by 4. And we're back from the tank Dolphins lead by 4.
They're getting some beautiful, crystal clear pictures right now on the screen.
Among other issues with our streaming setup, it appears that 1080p streaming had not yet been enabled in the advanced settings tab of our production truck setup. So we should be pushing at 1080p right now.
Finally, we're HD.
Now, we had a conference meeting where we went through the necessary steps, and we did change the individual camera shots to 1080, but the entirety of production truck was not set to 1080 as Kaya Johnson finishes strong in traffic through the contact. You can count that.
Well,
and she will head to the line for one
Kaya
more.
Johnson, as she told me a few weeks ago in a post-game interview, we just want to win, and we're going to do what it takes. And right there, she does what it takes, taking the contact and laying it up and in.
That's a strong finish by Johnson, but the Dolphins missed yet another free throw. Dolphins could very easily be ahead double digits if it weren't for their free throw shooting. But they forced another turnover. Here comes Johnson. Pursuing from behind was James. This is Alarcon, who had it poked away. LaFaro in the corner. And she'll send it back up top. Risky pass for Johnson. LaFaro wants Alarcon on the entry pass. It was tipped on the way in, and Alarcon can't get the layup to go.
Would have been a tough finish there, reversing hands under the basket.
Moore looks to drive. Kick out for Hudson. This is James with 15 on the shot clock. She uses the Muller screen. Gets by Rose, and her floater is good off the glass. Count it, and one.
What a job there by Brianna James to draw the contact and lay it up and in. Has a chance to go to the line for one more here to make it a one-possession game.
Couple of strong moves, one by Johnson, another by James, and just like that, the Lions have a chance to make it a one-possession game again. Free throw no good, rebounded by Phelan. Dolphins from the line, 1 of 7 as Phelan buries a three.
Now the three-pointers are free! Free Phelan as Dana Phelan knocks down the big three.
Phelan from downtown. Dolphins ahead by 7. I was about to say the Dolphins 1 of 7 from the line. Molloy 3 of 7 with their last miss. Phelan didn't give me any time as she buried the transition three. And nearly getting that to go was Muller. And she'll head to the line for 2 shots.
Free throws coming into play here big time, Joe.
Free throw is good. 5-point game as now I'm addressing a stats issue across the way.
You can't catch a break, Joe.
A lot I'm in charge of on game day, but we make it work. 3 minutes to play, third quarter.
Large and in charge. The life of the ACC.
Alarcon inside for Rose. She's one-on-one against Hudson. And coming over to help was Moore. And she forces a jump ball. Johnson looking for somewhere to go with the inbound, and she threw it away. Stolen by James. James drives and lays it up and in.
Molloy capitalizing there off the turnover.
3-point game, and that's an offensive foul on Rose.
Molloy now has the chance to tie this game if it hit a three-pointer.
Dolphins were just up by 7 a few moments ago. The lead is down to 3 again. Moore will bring it up. Uses the screen from Yearwood. Now looks to drive. Kick out for Hudson. James is open, and that three is no good. That would have tied the game. The rebound tipped away and pulled in by Johnson. Johnson's been all over the glass here in the second half. And Alarcon drew a foul on the entry pass. That's 5 on Molloy. That will send Genelise Alarcon to the line for 2 shots. A chance to make it a 2-possession game again. That free throw is too strong.
Free throw is certainly an issue right now for the Dolphins, carrying over from the last game on Wednesday night at Queens College.
Alarcon's free throw rattles out, but Rose has the offensive rebound. The Dolphins are now 1 of 9 from the line. And LaFaro buries another 3.
LaFaro looking at the defense there, saying, "It's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me," as she buries yet another 3.
15 on the shot clock for Molloy here. Whistle underneath, and a foul was called. That's 5 against the Dolphins. Dolphins are 4 of 10 from downtown in this game. 3 of those 3-pointers belong to LaFaro. She has 12 points and continues to light it up from downtown this season. Not too long ago was shooting up above 60%, and I believe that's still the case. She was at an even 60% coming in. Meanwhile, the free throw woes for these two teams continue, as Moore missed the first and misses the second.
Nothing free about these free throws today, Joe, that's for sure.
The two teams combined are now 6 of 20 from the line. This is Esposito to the basket. Can't get the shot to go off glass. Alarcon with the offensive rebound, and she lays it in with the left hand.
Well, we talked earlier how Alarcon, when she gets fed the ball, she's double-teamed. But there, she gets the rebound, so she's able to go one-on-one and take advantage and lays it in.
Just over a minute to play, third quarter. Dolphins now lead by 8. Campo kicked it out, and the Lions swing it to Moore in the corner. 5 on the shot clock. Campo for 3. No good, and rebounded by Alarcon. Rose all alone. And a good defensive play to get back by Campo. Better offense by Rose, and the Dolphins lead by double figures.
Biggest lead right now in a while.
And an answer at the other end as that basket's waved off. Offensive foul.
Moore not happy about that. They definitely needed that for sure.
No basket. That's a big swing there. If the Dolphins take their time, they could realistically hold for the last shot. Only about a 5-second differential. Phelan for Alarcon. Back to the basket, defended by Hudson. She finds Rose and receives it right back on the entry pass. Alarcon floats one up and in, and one.
Look at the emotion, Joe. Look at the energy. Alarcon fired up, gets double teamed, pivot move, lays it up and in, and one.
Here's a second look as Alarcon, working against Hudson, floats it up and in with the right hand through the contact. Hudson didn't leave her feet.
Rare to see Alarcon showing that much emotion, but she was fired up after that.
And the Dolphins miss another free throw. Rose grabs another offensive board, and Rose converts another and one.
Well, Joe, you can feel the energy in here right now. The Fanatics are going wild. And the Dolphins here are looking to pull away here going into the fourth quarter.
Dolphins have broken this game open. CSI in the midst of an 11-0 run. A chance to make it 12 from the line for Kyra Rose. And the free throw is good.
How about that, Joe? Made free throw. Good job by Kyra there to make the free throw.
We have not seen many of those this afternoon. 8 seconds on the clock in the third quarter. James looks to drive. Floater way off. 1 second remaining, and that shot will not count. Moore didn't get it off in time, and the Dolphins will take a 15-point lead into the fourth quarter. Our score after 3, Staten Island 44, Molloy 29.
It was like 9:30, 9:29, 9:29, and the shot clock was at 0. I never saw it before. And she's too, my partner, and she's looking at me, I know I saw it, and then it reset everything.
And we're back from the tank as you got a look at Nick's You Know I'm Right podcast. No audio in that commercial, so we apologize to Nick for that. As Dana Phelan lays one in on the break for 2, and the Dolphins lead by 17.
You know Phelan's right there, laying that one in off the steal, and Molloy's going to quickly take a timeout.
The Lions bench did not like that. Head coach Joe Pellicane calls timeout, and with that, we'll step aside and take a quick break. Dolphins lead by 17 points, just 30 seconds into the fourth quarter.
Champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can, and then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. On the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. We rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division II, and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our own path. We become champions on our terms. It's time to up your game, because we're here to play and learn. But most importantly, we're here to discover ourselves, our vision, our heart, our drive, to achieve every goal we aim for, because we want to be champions at the highest level, life. At Division II, the opportunities are here. Are you ready?
And we're back from the tank. The rest of our broadcast will be commercial free.
Got to give the people what they want, Joe.
Our technical issues persist. here in the second half. We want to make sure we get you through the remainder of this game between the Dolphins and the Lions. No more commercials the rest of the way. Joe Foreman alongside Nick Durst on the call. James with a pull-up jump shot. She's short, and Alarcon has the rebound. Dolphins on a 14-0 run, going back to the third. Alarcon for three. Off the mark. Rebound tipped and taken in by Johnson.
Good to see Alarcon shooting, though. When she's open, I know Coach Sarcone wants to see more of that.
Esposito left open. Too strong. Here come the Lions. Moore will try the pull-up. She doesn't get it to go. And Esposito pulls her hand away from the ball. And we will stay right here. Lions will inbound. That three-pointer, an air ball. Rizzatelli not close. Dolphins firmly in control with 8.5 to play. Johnson crosses over, looks to drive, and jump ball was called.
So 8:21 left here. Dolphins ahead 46-29. We'll see if they continue to be aggressive.
And that's an easy two for Alarcon. Off the inbound pass from Johnson. Dolphins now lead it by 19.
Good job there by Alarcon. To cut to be wide open on the inbounds. Made it easy for the inbound passer, Johnson.
We said it at the top of the broadcast. Both of these teams are in need of a conference win. Both teams came in looking to snap losing streaks. And the Dolphins came out with a lot of energy today, have themselves in a great position to pick up conference win number 2. Muller not close on that shot. And the Dolphins with a chance to extend their lead beyond 20. Failing for three. No good. And the rebound goes to James. James looking to push. Finds Hudson. Hudson goes at Alarcon. And the underhand layup won't go. Scoring drought continues for the Lions. Here comes Kyra Rose. And Rose can't finish off glass. And the rebound was snatched away by Muller. Phelan went down. And she slowly gets back to her feet. Took a hard fall there. That shot no good. Offensive rebound to Rizzatelli. The follow is no good. And it will remain Lions basketball. And I think Dana Phelan's coming out of the game. Nope, it's Kyra Rose. Phelan went down hard there.
She got tangled up, too, before she went down. So maybe some ankle twist and then also hitting the floor pretty hard.
You could hear that thud. She hit the floor hard. 15 to shoot. Feed inside for Hudson. That shot won't go. And the Lions have just had a miserable go of it from the field here in the fourth quarter. Lions now 0 of 7 from the field in the fourth, as the Dolphins give it right back. For the game overall, Molloy shooting 20%. Earlier in the game, they were shooting around the same mark, and they trailed by just 1. Moore, pull up, and she banks it in.
Much needed basket there for Molloy.
And that's poked away and stolen by Moore. Moore fakes, nearly had it stripped. Good defense by Johnson, and Moore is able to stay with it and bank that shot in.
One more attempt there after Moore gets her own rebound, and she's able to make the shot, and now she draws. Oh, now she commits a foul, blocking foul.
An offensive foul call there. May have been a big one, as Molloy was able to put in 2 quick baskets and cut the lead back down to 15. They need a lot more of that.
Moore's going to check out. And Casey Campo comes in for Molloy.
Johnson over to Esposito. Esposito left open, and she buries the deep 2.
Open look there, and Gia pulls the trigger and buries it.
Dolphins have had their share of quality looks in this game. They have not been shy about pulling the trigger. I'm sure the coaching staff likes to see that. As Campo gets the bank shot to go with the left hand. Lead back to 15. Esposito with a great pass for Alarcon. She threaded the needle on that one, and Genelise had it stripped away, and she touched it last.
Lambert checks in for Phelan.
5:32 to go, fourth quarter. Lions need to work quickly. James finds an open Muller, and she knocks down the 2.
Muller wide open there in the corner. Drains the shot. Molloy sneaking back here.
13-point game, 5:15 to play. And there's a nice bounce pass, but Lambert couldn't finish the layup. Another great look for the Dolphins. They've moved the ball really well.
Absolutely. We talked to Coach Charcone at halftime. She liked the way they started the game with the ball movement.
That was what stood out to me in the opening minutes, for sure. Rizzatelli too strong on the 3, and the Lions needed that one. Lambert pulls in that pass and will slow things down. Esposito will take charge of the offense here as Alarcon looks to set a screen. Instead, Esposito looks to drive. Johnson open. Mid-range shot, no good. Muller almost lost it, but she pulls in the rebound. Campo gave it up, and this is James here. Campo now has it again on the left wing. And she gets right to the basket for an easy 2.
Campo showing off some nice movement there and moves herself to the basket for the easy layup. Dolphins take a timeout.
Timeout, Dolphins.
And I think that's a good timeout by Nicole Sarcone. What was once a 19-point lead is now down to 11. And Nick, the Dolphins need to be careful. It goes without saying, this is not a game CSI can afford to let get away. And credit to Molloy, they've continued to keep the pressure on CSI here in this fourth quarter, not giving up, even though they fell behind by nearly 20 points.
It's truly a must-win game for both teams, I would say. Both teams coming in here struggling. Molloy lost 4 straight. The Dolphins lost 3 straight. Dolphins 1-5 in conference. Molloy 2-4. Both teams not where they want to be with the win-loss record. Molloy 3-12. Dolphins 5-11. But Dolphins want to claw back up here. Want to make the playoffs. And anything can happen in the conference championship tournament.
Something we very much look forward to, of course. Working with the College of Staten Island, we hope to see the Dolphins make it that far and hopefully host at least one game on the men's side or the women's side come the East Coast Conference playoffs. I'm sure fans of Molloy feel the exact same way, but of course here at CSI, 2022-2023 marks the program's first year of eligibility for postseason play since transitioning into NCAA Division II back in 2019. LaFaro, corner 3. No good. And that was last touched by Molloy.
If Dolphins can hit the next few shots here, should be able to ice the game. But at 11 points, right now it's still anybody's game and still a lot of time left, 3:44.
That 19-point lead has shrunken quickly. Johnson deep 2, and she was fouled. That's a big whistle.
See if the Dolphins could capitalize here with these free throws. Free throws have not been easy for either team here this afternoon.
Free throws have been an issue. And Johnson, for now, puts that to rest with a big make from the line. Dolphins now 3 of 12 from the stripe. 4 of 13. "13-point game, just over 3.5 to play. James over to Hudson. Hudson for Muller, deep 2 once again, no good. Rebound tipped and brought in by Rizzatelli. James to the basket, floater, no good, but that's an offensive foul. Kyra Rose into the game for Noemi Masinge. Johnson for Rose. Rose into the corner. LaFaro for 3. No good. But Johnson has another rebound. Johnson to the basket. Count it. Kaya Johnson with 2 more. And she's had a nice game at the offensive end.
Good job there by Johnson to get the ball and drive to the basket for the layup.
Johnson now has 8. LaFaro has 12. And James can't get that shot to go from Molloy. Rose has 9 points and 9 rebounds to go along with 3 assists. And I have a feeling Kyra is going to be your guest at the end of the game.
We'll see. Could be her. Could be multiple people. You never know.
Rose has a chance for a double-double. That would help, and she draws the foul. Well, if Rose can knock down one of these free throws, she's 1 rebound shy of a double-double, and you're giving me that look, Nick, as in commentator's jinx.
We'll see.
Let's hope
she
not.
did make her free throw before.
I know that look. First free throw, no good. Silence in the tank.
Everyone heard you, Joe.
And Rose goes 0 for 2. Johnson nearly had another offensive rebound. And I've done it again, Nick. Nothing to say, except I told you so.
I'm speechless.
The silence speaks for itself.
You know I'm right.
It remains Lions ball, 2:11 to play.
We got a second here. We should mention, Joe, the Dolphin Pod. Things are really heating up. Everyone go subscribe and check it out.
And Hudson was fouled. We recently debuted episode 3 with CSI Cross Country Track and Field Associate Head Coach James Lugensland. Talked a bit about his path to CSI, some of his coaching experience outside of the College of Staten Island, and looked ahead to yesterday's meet, Spartan Invitational. Took place yesterday. The Dolphins heading back over to Ocean Breeze. Another nice day for indoor track and field.
If you want to know more about that, go check out an excellent post-meet recap game story written by you.
There was also full video of yesterday's meet, so you can check that out as well. That, of course, available over at csidolphins.com. LaFaro looked to take it inside, almost lost it. Rose throws one up and in.
11 points, 9 rebounds.
Rose now 1 rebound shy of a double-double. I doubt she knows it unless she heard us say it. Dolphins lead it by 16, and looks like they're going to pick up win number 6. And Alarcon vultures rebound number 10.
Alarcon loves her rebounds, Joe.
In fantasy sports, you call that vulturing the rebound, vulturing the touchdown. Alarcon already has 10 boards. That might have been 11. And Rose throws one into the front row. And they're going to get some help from some spectators. Alarcon now has 11 rebounds. Rose has 9.
So Rose 11 points, LaFaro 12 points, the leaders.
See if Rose gets the rebound here. She was standing right next to us. I was trying to let her know. She was very close to the commentary desk.
Kyrie, you need one more board.
She's not close now, as that was tipped away by Muller. James has
Kyra's got to box out Alarcon on this shot attempt if she wants it.
That would be a sight to behold. Perhaps just one more shot for the Lions here, maybe two. And James draws the foul, so 43.4 remaining in the game. We'll see if the Dolphins take a shot clock violation or if they run their offense leading by at least 14 points. Perhaps more. Also a chance here on a missed free throw.
It's quiet, Joe. You want to let Kyra Rose know she needs one more rebound?
I don't think that would be appropriate.
One more board. That's all you need right here.
Nick's just having fun. We're not close enough in center court, but a chance here if the free throw is no good. And Alarcon has number 12.
Alarcon. What a game for her on the boards, especially with the way Hudson from Molloy was early on with the rebounds. It's been quite the rebounding day for both teams.
Hudson will finish with 15 rebounds. She also missed 15 shots, 1 of 16 from the field for Hudson. An uncharacteristic performance for her. LaFaro for three. There it is! Rose has it! Rebound number 10 for Kyra Rose. She has 13 points and 10 rebounds. Double-double for the Dolphins freshman. LaFaro nearly took a tumble into the commentary desk. And with 10.3 to go, the Dolphins lead by 17. And I have a feeling Kyra Rose will be headed our way with a double-double, 13 points, 10 rebounds. That shot no good. Ball knocked out of bounds. Dolphins will inbound, and that will do it as the Dolphins win it 58-41. I will step off headset for just a moment as we set up our backdrop for the post-game interview. Our TLC Physical Therapy Player of the Game is Kyra Rose, and she will be joined on the court by Nick in just a few moments. Dolphins pick up the 17-point win. We'll be right back.
All right, you got to look at us chatting beforehand, but we are back here at the Tank here. CSI big win over Molloy. TLC Physical Therapy Player of the Game, Kyra Rose. Kyra, you got the double-double, 13 and 10. How's that feel?
It feels real good. I've been waiting on it. Today I just decided to crash for boards unlike the other games, and that's what happened. My teammate told me I could go for a double-double, and that's what I did.
So towards the end of the game there, it took at the very end. You got the last rebound there, but the possession prior, your teammate, Jenelise, she stole your rebound. How would you have felt if that was it?
I didn't even realize that was the last board to get my double-double, but it worked out.
All right, so great game today, great team effort. What did you like about your team's defensive effort here today?
We knew we had good defense. We just had to hustle today, and that's what we did.
All right, congratulations on the game. Congratulations on being the player of the game, and congratulations on the win. Go enjoy the team. Go enjoy the game with the victory with the rest of your teammates.
Thank you.
All right, Joe, that's going to do it for the TLC Physical Therapy post-game report. Back to you.
Thank you, Nick, as Nick was joined on the court by Kyra Rose, our TLC Physical Therapy Player of the Game. The Dolphins pick up the win in conference play over Molloy University by 17. And for the College of Staten Island, more importantly, they pick up a much-needed conference win, their second win in conference play this year. So we will break down our backdrop and get set for men's basketball coming up next at the Tank. CSI and Molloy men's basketball East Coast Conference matchup coming up next here on CSI Sportsnet. For those of you who are tuning in just for the women's game, thanks for watching. We'll see you at the end of the month, our next home event here at the Tank on January 28th, women's basketball at the Tank on that day. We do have swimming and diving coming up early next week as well, so you can tune in for that. I will step off microphone now and be rejoined by Nick ahead of Game 2 of today's East Coast Conference doubleheader.